welcome back. Today we start a new little series about 24 hours in all the most famous cities in Italy. And where to start from if not from my hometown, Milano. Remember, we say Milano, not Milan. Okay, let's start early in the morning. So I assume that you already arrived the night before, you had a great sleep, and let's start the day, the whole day. Stay until the end because I will tell you a little trick to how having dinner without spending for a dinner. So let's start the morning early as soon as you can for the Last Supper. My suggestion is book your tickets in advance because it's one of those places that sometimes has a waiting list of months. So better to reserve as soon as you book your flight to Milano, reserve your tickets. The Last Supper, we call it l'ultima cena, is in Santa Maria delle Grazie convent. And there is a unique story behind that painting. It's not only one of the masterpieces of Leonardo, of course, but did you know that during World War II was the last piece of wall survived to the bombing? That is crazy to think that the half of the convent was totally destroyed and that piece of wall was still standing there. You can see here what was left during the bombing. From Santa Maria delle Grazie, the best way to go to Il Duomo, that is the biggest cathedral in Italy and the second biggest in the world, I suggest you to use the tram. Tram are those kind of transportation that you perfectly know from San Francisco, and sometimes it's funny because they interchange some trams, and you can find in San Francisco some classic Milano tram. You can see those in the middle because of the little craft of Milano. So my suggestion is getting the tram to go from Santa Maria delle Grazie to Il Duomo. As an alternative, you can use the subway, is a perfect option. And actually, if you consider to use one of the two kind of public transportation, you can buy the whole day ticket that is around $8 and allows you to get all the public transportation you want in a whole day. You can definitely even walk the whole day, but the public transportation pass, I think, is a great option. And as I said, just probably $8 is a great deal for the day. Finally, you're in Piazza Duomo. Look at that facade. You know that between inside and outside, the Duomo has more than 3,600 statues. Look at those windows, are not something unique. Statues inside are from great artists, the mosaic of the floors, the columns, and if you have a chance, go on the roof. It's a lot of steps. There is even an elevator, but I think it's always the line. And enjoy the view of the city from the top and the beautiful Madonnina. That is the golden statue of the Virgin Mary that is on top of the city. That is the symbol of Milano. Every person from Milano, like me, consider the Madonnina like a kind of protector, and it's absolutely beautiful, the view. Let's move on. Let's go to the Galleria. Just in the moment you get out from the Duomo, you will see on your right there is a gallery. The gallery is considered the first mall of Europe. It's full of stores, restaurants, bars, cafeterias. So you can have a break over there, just enjoy something to drink. My suggestion is to stop at Il Camparino. That is the original place where Campari was invented. Walking through the Galleria, you can enjoy this marvelous building, and the floors are all mosaic. As soon as you reach the center of the Galleria, look up and enjoy the beautiful dome, all glass. And during Christmas, you can see from these pictures how beautiful, because it's all Swarovski. But on the floor, on your left side, there is a bull. That bull is a kind of a tradition in Milano. Step with your heel on the bull's part and turn clockwise. That is a good luck for you and a good way to ensure you will be back in Milano. Walking toward the end of the Galleria, on your left there is another museum that is dedicated to the history of Leonardo and all his important role in Milano's history. Out of the Galleria, you will find, in fact, a big statue of Leonardo that faces our next step, that is La Scala. La Scala is one of the most important opera houses in the world. There is a beautiful museum inside that shows the history of music, of course, the opera, the great musicians such as Verdi, Puccini, and so many others, but more than anything shows the history of Milano, because La Scala faced during the years many dominations, including Napoleone. If you're passionate about the opera, and if you're lucky enough to be in the area around December 7th, that is the holiday of Milano, that is Sant'Ambrogio, is the patron of the city, and many activity for Christmas, they start that day. I suggest you to go to the opening of La Scala. It is such a great experience. Unfortunately, the tickets are really expensive, and no, I never had a chance to go at the opening. I think only 1% of the people in Milano had this amazing opportunity. But if you have, do it, please. I will finish our tour in the Scala Museum. I think we're hungry. At least I am. I want to go to eat my favorite food when I'm downtown Milano. That is il panzerotto di Luini. Luini is such an iconic place that makes panzerotti since 1949. Panzerotto, you call it in the United States calzone, even though for us panzerotto means there is a small one, and calzone is the one you make with the pizza dough and is big like a folded pizza. And the panzerotto usually is fried. My favorite is the absolutely classic tomato mozzarella, and sometimes a little bit of prosciutto in it, but the tomato mozzarella is absolutely to die for. So let's walk on Via Radegonda. That is just when you get out from the Scala, is on your right. You go straight down there and you arrive in 3-4 minutes walking at Luini. When we leave Luini, walking for less than 10 minutes, we can arrive in Via Monte Napoleone and Via della Spiga. Those are the most famous streets for fashion. It's up to you and your wallet to decide if you want to just window shopping like I do, or if you want to stop and buy something. I give you just a couple of hours of shopping. I'm sorry, I cannot give you longer. We need to see many other things. Via Monte Napoleone has a subway stop that is Monte Napoleone, but is on the yellow line. So let's catch the yellow line for one stop to Il Duomo, and from Il Duomo we change line and we go to Cairoli, that is the stop of Castello Sforzesco, that is our next visit. Here we are in front of the castle, Il Castello Sforzesco. The castle is part of Milano history for more than 600 years and is part of the identity of the city. You will see in front a craft that is the Sforza family craft, and you will see a big resemble with the Milano's craft. So you can understand how important is this building for our community and our people. At this point, you have two options. One is just walking through in the public area, so you can visit the courtyard, that is basically 2 football fields together, or you can stop in one of the several museums inside the castle. If you decide to stop in the museum, pick the one that you like. There are really a lot, and you can spend really too much time in it. After the castle, just on the exit side, you will see Parco Sempione. That is one of the biggest parks in Milano. You can enjoy sitting on a bench and looking at people walking in the park or all the nice areas around, and just a walk for relaxing and see how is the regular Milano's life. It's pretty nice. In the end of the park, you will find a beautiful, huge arch that is Arco della Pace. With the Arco della Pace, we close the daily part of our day in Milano. But now there is something important to do. Actually, two important things: food and drinks. So go back onto your hotel, just take a shower and get ready for dinner. Dinner, we go at Navigli. Here is the little tip that I was telling you at the beginning of the video. In Milano, we have this amazing tradition that is apericena. Apericena is a mix between aperitif and dinner, so aperitivo and cena, apericena. In many places, you have the chance, as long as you have a drink, that you can have food all you can eat. So we're heading to one of the most famous area for restaurant, pubs, bars in Milano, that is the Navigli area. So here you can enjoy any kind of drink you have in mind, classic Italian food, snack, finger food, always all in the Italian style. Nowadays we have only few Navigli left. There are homemade canals designed by Leonardo, and they were used in the past for transportations, but right now, after many years that they haven't been used and some of them covered, the city decided to create this area especially for nightlife and, as you can see, restaurant and pubs. It's fascinating to me to think that hundreds years ago, the city was full of these canals and looked like a lot of rivers, and they were so efficient for the transportations. Enjoy then your amazing dinner. I'm sure it's gonna be amazing. If you want something a little bit more fancy and famous, go to Il Brelin. Otherwise, I'm sure any place you find, you're gonna have good time and you will find a great food. But we are at this point in the end of the night, and the day in Milano has passed, and I really hope you enjoyed my hometown. If you think you're going to travel to the north of Italy and you don't have an itinerary set yet, and you plan to visit Milano, Lake Como, Garda, Verona, Venezia, and many other places in the middle, you might consider to buy my book that is a 10-day in the north of Italy, northeast, or otherwise send me your ideas by email. You will find my email on my website, italyunveiled.com, and just send me your draft and I'll see what I can do to help you out to finish your draft. I hope you found this information useful and you will be ready to plan your tour in Milano, and you will enjoy it the way I do all the time I go back. Thank you for watching. I'll see you next time. Ciao!